Because you're the one who's, I'm just worried he's going to have a heart attack on screen.
I might. My beats are up to 108.
Are you serious right now?
I don't know.
You actually got Chuck a little worried.
Should I check my heart rate? I mean, it's also
I just
assuming
want to acknowledge the fact that I'm worried about Brian.
Yeah, I know.
That's the first.
While recording, we have video evidence of this. All right, so welcome back to another episode of E=MC Bourbon. Tonight we're going to do a rye off, and we got some kind of special contenders in here.
Because why not?
So Chuck came down this weekend. Unfortunately, Brian also came down this weekend. So yeah, we let him in. But
I came from the farthest distance, sir.
Did you bring bourbon? Nope. Okay. Chuck brought me a bottle of bourbon.
He did bring us some samples.
He brought us small samples.
Although, yeah, it's going to be garbage that Brian sends.
Yeah.
But
yeah. Oh, yeah. So teaser. There's going to be some great episodes in the future where these pretentious guys have to actually drink some of the stuff that I sent. It's going to be great. Stay tuned.
Yeah, he sent American honey in the past. So let's...
And said it was a bourbon.
Yeah.
No, I just said it was something to drink.
Back to the rye off.
Yes. So to what we are doing tonight. So we're going to blind these off to see which of kind of the newer ryes that I've gotten is the best. So I was lucky. Chuck found a bottle, actually 2 bottles. He got himself one.
I took care of myself first.
Fair enough. So yeah, so he up at Benny's in Illinois found a E.H. Taylor single or a straight rye, went back the next day and got a second one.
Still had it.
Let's say here in Louisville, they last maybe 35 minutes on the shelf and they're gone. So I was lucky enough to pay him. He brought it down for me, which is great. Part of the winter release from New Riff was the Balboa rye, which these two guys have not tasted yet. And
That's not true. I tasted it 2 nights ago.
Oh, yeah. Brian has not tasted it. We're going to see how that one stacks up. So New Riff is a new distillery. Buffalo Trace has been around forever.
And the unique piece about this is the actual rye, the variety of rye, right?
Right.
The Balboa is the variety.
Yes. So they use the Balboa and only the Balboa in it.
Grown locally in the Midwest.
Yes. And it's, I do believe, grown in Indiana from their grower. The new product of the year that a lot of people tried to find and are still trying to find is the Wild Turkey Rare Breed Rye. So this is the only one that's coming in at barrel proof. And then last week it came out in Louisville and I was able to find one bottle and only one bottle is the Castle and Key Rye. So this is brand new from Castle and Key, which is funny enough, the old Colonel E.H. Taylor distillery that they opened up and started producing their own distillate. And this is the first product that's coming out from them. This is batch 1, so they're going to put it in different batches. And each batch is going to taste a little bit different. So if you see somebody that reviews batch 2 and they get different notes than us, it's not just the fact that our palates all pick up different flavors. The different batches are different. So also, if you like what you hear from us on batch 1, but you pick up batch 2, don't come yelling at us. It's not our fault. So
that's usually your go-to phrase is "it's not my fault."
Yes.
Yeah, it sounds like that's your go-to phrase, but
isn't it everybody's?
No.
Oh. So we got a little bit of new and old here, right? We got a little bit of literally new rift. Little guys, I'm full of the buns tonight.
What is happening? You're stealing all my lines.
So number 1, I get just all the rye notes, just right off the bat on that nose.
Herbal,
number
grassy.
2, I feel like I get a little bit of sweetness on the nose for number 2.
Yes. Number 1's got the better nose. Number 2's close.
Oh, really?
Oh, I feel like number 2 is the better nose.
I'm digging number 2.
Oh, yeah. Number 2 on the nose.
That's like brown sugar.
Is real nice.
That is.
The taste, like on the palate end, I'm not sure I'm there on number 2.
On there, caramelized.
But the nose on number 2 is my favorite out of the group.
If that was drizzled over my cheesecake, I'd love it.
Or waffles. Waffles in the morning with that drizzled over. I will say, I don't know if you guys get this or not. I feel like number 3 on the finish compared to 1 and 2 is probably my least favorite. Kind of kicks you a little bit on the finish with, it's just a little harsh or abrasive.
What number was that?
Number 3.
Yeah,
All right, I'm getting ready to try it.
I wouldn't call it harsh. I mean, it's a lasting
At the
finish.
start, at the start of the finish, I feel like it kicks you, and then it coasts into niceness. But
Goes into niceness.
I think 3 is just delightful.
I'm kind of with you.
I don't get
think
any
it's like
harsh notes
just
on it.
all
It's
the way
just,
through.
yep, straight. Just my complaint on it is it's one note. It is.
That's true. Yeah.
You get the rye on the nose, and you get some caramel honey, and it just stays there.
Yeah.
And then at the very end, you get a little bit of spice.
Yeah, that's pleasant.
And 4 has the worst nose. I get like wet hay.
What kind of hay?
Hey.
I was gonna make fun of Brian there for a second, but we'll just let that go.
Wait, are there different types of hay? Inside joke, which is always great for other people.
Let's make it not inside. Brian didn't know there are different types of hay, or basically grass species that go into hay.
I grew up in the city. There you go. Not the hayfields of Illinois.
So for me, 4 is really good, but there's some underlying note I don't like.
Well, I think it was
4 might be my number 4.
weakest nose, and then there was nothing off-putting. For me, there wasn't anything off-putting on the palate or finish, but just the weakest flavor of them all. You got it?
I know what that note is.
Eureka.
I get burnt wood. It's like I'm eating charcoal.
I get,
That is what I'm getting.
You want to cook with it. You don't want to.
Yeah, it's good.
I get a little smokiness.
I like it. It's like I'm drinking it on the campfire. Like I'm getting smoke in there, a little burnt oak.
You have a prediction what that is? Seems lower proof to me.
I'm gonna say if I had to pick, I'm gonna say it's actually the Castle and Key.
Okay.
It's really, really good. I'm just not wanting the charcoal note right now.
Okay.
Compared to the other ones.
Wow. I think I'm as far as nose, like 1, 2, 3 I think all of those are nice. I like that brown sugar that I'm picking up on this number 2.
Yeah.
I think that's got to be the Balboa.
What? Which number 2?
Number 2 is nice.
I'm calling number 2 Balboa.
I'm a big fan of number 2.
Number 2 is my favorite, and I am going to call it as the Balboa. So yeah,
I think number 3's got to be E.H. Taylor.
Yeah, so I've got 4 in last place. I do think that's the Castle and Key.
1 drinks so well though.
Number 2 is my favorite by far. Because 1 and 3 are both really good, but they're very similar.
Yep.
And just like the reason I'm putting 4 where it is, because right now I'm just not feeling that toasted charcoal note. Number 1's got a different note than all the other ones that I'm really digging right now.
That I'm digging, yeah.
Yeah.
That's where I think traditionally, for me, number 3 is like there's nothing that I don't like about it, but I'm digging that different different flavor that's coming through on number 2. Like that's leading me to we can. Are we ready for
I think so.
Starting at number
I think we all have the same.
We were unanimous on our last place, right? Number 4.
Number 4.
I think we're unanimous on first and last.
Yeah, let's see if you're right.
Yep, number
TJ.
4. Number 4 is my last.
Oh, it is. Yep.
There we go.
There we go. Wow.
Restoration.
Wow. Okay.
Number 4 is number 4.
So yeah, so number 4 is Restoration from Castle and Key. Again, not a bad product at all. Like I would have no problem recommending this to pick it up. It's $40. Really good product. But there is a charcoal note on batch 1. I think.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's still a good ride.
Oh yeah, no,
you can enjoy that neat on the rocks in a cocktail.
Yeah,
I would say if you like Scotch and smoky scotches,
Scotch.
Yeah,
down.
This
down
is
to my buddy.
This is a good rye for you to transition into because you get that. All right, so number 3
I had as number 1.
I had number 1 too.
Okay, so I actually was feeling like I was going to be different than you guys, and I just at the last second was doing 2 and 3.
Love the nose.
And I had number 1 as well.
All right, so number 1. So do we know what we think it is?
I'm going to say it's rare breed.
I'm going to say
You
it's
think it's E.H. Taylor?
the
I was
Taylor,
actually thinking Taylor.
because the
The
reason
proof
I
seems lighter.
the reason I put number 3 slightly above is because there was a richness and a buttery note to this that I thought it was.
And I haven't had the rare
Rye.
breeds. Rye.
Right.
So, yep, you're right.
All right.
Wow, you're
number
right
1
on the-
is
on the
the E.H.
palate.
Taylor Rye, which
Yeah.
Wow, I'm shocked.
I'm a fan of that E.H. Taylor Rye.
Yeah, this E.H. Taylor, if you can find it,
Oh.
congratulations.
Yeah,
And it comes in a,
Cha-ching.
it
It's
comes,
a sweet tube that
Yeah.
looks fantastic on your shelf.
yep, exactly. You get a tube, and
Because that's why we buy bourbon.
yeah,
Oh,
looks.
okay, we do. Apparently, I got it.
absolutely. The tube adds an extra $50 to the product, without a doubt.
Exactly.
Of the two, because hold on, let's go there next. So my number 2 was number 3.
Yeah,
As is
I
mine.
think we picked up the Balboa. Yeah, that
Yep,
Balboa
which
is different.
which is the rare
That's
breed.
nice though.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
Well done.
So what I would say the difference between the
Yeah,
two,
that
because
nose
they
is
are
really nice on the rare
very traditional ryes. You get all those rye notes, you get the herbs, you get the grass, you get the hay. This one has a more buttery richness to it
Yes.
breed. I go with that.
than the Taylor does. And I think that's what you're
Oh,
getting
the
with
finish.
the higher proof, because the Taylor is 100 proof and the rare breed
112.
is 112.
You know, Brian, you were supposed to go get a bottle of that today,
Yeah,
and I think TJ let you down because the liquor store didn't open for another hour.
Yeah.
it was a Sunday. I forgot.
I mean, that's good.
Like tomorrow, we might need to go looking for that. 'Cause
Especially
that's good.
because I paid 60 for this, and right now at Kroger, you can get it for like 45.
The one time
Do you know where I
saw
can
it,
get that in the-
it was
do you-
85.
Yeah.
Do you know where I can get that in Missouri?
Nowhere.
Nowhere.
Okay.
Good story.
Like everything.
You know, but next week, where you could get it in Missouri? Your house.
If you bought it.
Lord willing.
So that means our number 1 unanimous across the board
Unanimous.
is new Riff Balboa Rye. If you want to get a bottle of this, you actually can join New Riff's Whiskey Club. And it looks like once a year come fall, they're going to release this. And it's only $49.99 a bottle.
Wow.
So it is
Great
a
value.
heck of a value.
Huge value.
Guys, that nose is just wonderful.
Yes.
You know, I almost rated this slightly lower, but as I continued to drink it, the problem is the nose for me is phenomenal here. And so I feel like honestly my palate, like it did a little bit of a dip after the nose, at least as far as I'm concerned. But then as I was tasting that palate compared to the others, I was like, actually, I mean, this is my number 1, even though I feel like it does take a dip after the nose. It's phenomenal.
Brian, you'll appreciate this. TJ maybe not so much because he doesn't know the Traeger. But when you're barbecuing and when you're doing your ribs and you're like into that 5-hour smoke, and then you put that brown sugar on top.
Yeah.
Like that's what I'm getting on this. And then it sits there and smokes another 2 hours, and then you taste that and it's that caramelized sugar on top with a little bit of smoke.
I know what you're saying.
That's what I'm getting on this.
The finish on this just lingers beautiful.
Yeah.
Just beautiful.
So on that note, in the spring and summer, please look at our Instagram page, because there will soon be pictures of Chuck and his Traeger. We will start a little, him.
Chuck and his Traeger.
Yeah.
What could go wrong?
Exactly.
Smoking whiskey.
So again, please hit the subscribe button, hit the thumbs up button. Let us know what you thought. Are there any ryes that we missed? What else should we add to this? And maybe we'll pick up a bottle and taste it out and everything like that. So again, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.
Stay neat.
Power bourbon.